Let's unbox the ACEMAGIC Matrix Mini M1. Comes in this nice white box. Go ahead and slide it open. First thing we're going to see is a user manual. And here is the actual mini PC. And first impression is that it is very thin, as you can see here. Go ahead and peel this right off. And right on the back here, it looks like we do have a little notice here letting us know for a faster setup to avoid using a LAN. I'm going to remove that here real quick. And let's go ahead and quickly take a look at all the ports here. So starting with the front here, on the left side, we have a Type-C port, followed by two USB-A ports, a 3.5mm audio jack, and a dedicated power button. Right on top, of course, we have ACEMAGIC, and we do have the sticker for the Intel Core i9, which you could peel off if you wanted to. And on the right side, we have some ventilation here for heat dissipation. On the left side, it'll be clean. And then right behind, we have all of our additional ports here. Starting from the left side, we have an HDMI port, followed by a display port, as well as our Ethernet jack. And we do have 4 additional USB-A ports here, and a DC power input, and additional vents over here. And then on the bottom here, we do have 4 rubber feet here to keep things nice and steady here. And we do have some little cutouts here, most likely for the actual fan intake. So let's see what else we get inside the box. All right, so we're gonna get a power brick here, followed by a US plug here. Now this is a standard length cord here, so when you connect to the actual power brick, you do have a good amount of length here in case you're planning on connecting this far away. They also do give us a HDMI cable as well, which is definitely useful just in case you don't have any input cables. And we also have a VESA plate over here, and this is used if you want to attach this behind your monitor or any other standard VESA mounts, which is really useful. And we do have additional screws here as well. All right, I got the ACEMAGIC M1 Mini hooked up. I'm gonna go ahead and power it on real quick so I can go over some of the things that I like. Absolutely love that dedicated power button, of course. And it's currently connected via HDMI to this 32-inch OLED, and also via a portable monitor as well via USB-C. Now, one of the things I really like about this is that it is very fast to boot. As you can see here, it took a couple of seconds and we're already greeted to Windows. I'm just gonna go ahead and log in real quick. All right, so now we're in Windows, and so it will definitely handle multiple portable monitors. Both of these are 4K, and it can support up to a third one because not only does it have that HDMI, but we also have a display port and that USB-C, which will also send video signal to any type of monitor that you have. Now, I do wish that there was an additional USB-C on the back of this M1 Mini, but I do appreciate that USB-C being in the front because it does come in clutch. Another thing I really like too is that all of these USB-A ports, including the USB-C, have transfer speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. So whenever you connect external hard drives, for example, you're gonna have really fast transfer speed between the two. Now, the setup process was very fast and easy. As long as you don't have a LAN connected, you are able to bypass and select I don't have internet, so that way you can speed through the process. The whole process took me less than 3 minutes to get to the home screen, and then you can start doing all the updates once you connect to Wi-Fi or the Ethernet port on the back. And when it comes to productivity, the biggest benchmark, of course, is going to be video editing to get an idea of how this performs. Now, I personally use one of the highest and demanding video formats, which is 4K 60 frames, a 422 10-bit. So for those type of files that are very demanding, it's going to be a little bit on the slower end. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit play here, just to play the timeline here real quick so you get an idea of what I'm talking about here. So basically, the files are going to run just a little bit tad slower, not going to be the most optimal. However, I do recommend rendering these type of files because once you render it, it becomes much more smoother, as you can see here. And that's due in part because we don't really have a dedicated GPU. And so for a PC like this one over here, where we have a dedicated GPU, it's about $6,000, but that one has a lot of processing power to handle type of video formats. But if you're recording off of your phone, taking footages, and you're utilizing different type of file formats, you're not gonna have a problem at all. Another thing I really like as well is that it does handle multitasking between large apps, web browsing, for example, very effectively. I find that the processor is definitely snappy as well. As for the sound of the fans, I'm going to play a clip of how it sounds at the loudest settings. And so that's going to be the loudest that the fans are going to sound, and you really start to hear that fan when you're installing a lot of programs. If you're doing a lot of intensive workflow, you're going to hear the fans kick in. And depending on how close you are to the actual mini PC, then of course it's going to be a little bit more audible as well, but nothing too crazy in my opinion. So if you guys are looking for a mini PC that can handle productivity, multiple displays, and a whole bunch of connection options, then I highly recommend checking out the ACEMAGIC M1 Mini. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Firewolf out.